Welcome back to the Interpreting Wine podcast with me, your host and podcast founder, Lawrence Francis. As you've no doubt seen by now, my last episode, number 268, was with the founders of the Ealing Restaurant Awards. And I'm very pleased that today's follow-up features the winner of last year's award, Mariano of the Matese Pasta Lab. In this episode, we talk his origins and self-development in the London restaurant scene. He discusses originality in the Pasta Lab. He tells us how he blends together local and Italian imported ingredients in his dishes. And he looks ahead to the second edition of the Ealing Restaurant Awards. Enjoy.
Well, when I moved to London, there was a great choice between east, west, north, and south. I don't know why my feelings went straight to west, and since then I've been living in west. I've been working in central London. But then there was this opportunity here when I was looking online to see if there was any business on sale. I saw there was. These Italian guys, they tried themselves to open this place, but then for several reasons, I don't know, they tried to sell it or give the management away. So that's when I came. I started talking to them. I didn't know anything about this area, to be honest. I was more an Acton guy. I used to live in Acton, and all I knew was Ealing Broadway. But it's like there was like a big barrier for me after Ealing Broadway. But then, since I have to say, the first time I came around here is when I started talking about this business. Since then, I can say that 99% of my time I spend in West London, and there is no regrets. London is a beautiful metropolis city, but I think West needs a bit of more entertainment and restaurants, such good restaurants. Central, South, North and East has got loads of those opportunity. West, as far as I can see, mainly in this area, not yet. So why not to start in this area?
I'm in full agreement. I think there's a lot of untapped potential out this way, and I think there's a lot of people who are kind of forced to go into Central and East to get an experience like you're talking about there. And yeah, why not? That's a good question. Yeah, why not have something cool out in West London? You know, people will come, which we'll get on to the talking about the business now. I think, you know, where to go now is just to give us a bit of a deep dive on the business itself. So maybe talk us again through those early days, you know, like day one, opening the shop. What's changed since then? What was your outlook then? And kind of, you know, what do you think is your core business, your core offering now?
Well, as I said at the beginning, it all started as a couple of friends' passion together into try to do something. When I started to feel this is the right thing to do, was, I have to say, after almost 1 year I've been doing this job. When I started at the beginning, I said, guys, let's give us a try. We are in London, it's a big city. We always been working for big companies, for people that we don't even know. And they I don't want to say they take advantage of our profession, but obviously they employ us to give them the best service and to get something back from us. So at this point I said, let's try. Obviously we didn't have no experience in what a restaurant looks like outside from a kitchen, and my friend outside from a bar. We used to be employed as a chef, as a bartender, as a waitress. What's behind, we never knew. And I have to say, once you experience, you know. That's the only way you can do. You have to experience it, because you can be in charge of your section in a big restaurant, but you never know what's going to be when you are at the top of it or at the base of it. So it was it was a passion at the beginning, and then this passion became our job, became our living, became our profession, became our business. And I have to say my business now, because as I said, started 3 of us, and I'm the only one now looking ahead and say, this is what I've done. You know, I started from, it was much smaller than now. It was like a long corridor. That place was like more a takeaway sitting area. Eating from people around. When I started, they were all supporting me, but they were like, I'm sorry, but this place has lost a bit of appeal. You know, it's been changed so many times, management, and been changed so many times, environment. And I was like, give me a bit of time. Don't worry, you give me a bit of time. And it's been long, it's been hard, but it's been beautiful at the same time. You know, you get those bad days and good days. You get those days that you're tired, but you never give up, because the day after you got loads of booking and reservation, people trusting you. You know, when that's a nice feeling when you see the phone is ringing and people wants to book their birthday there, their 60th birthday, the 50th birthday, their communion there. I had a wedding anniversary here. I had a young engagement party here from guys from Australia. They came over here because they live in Australia. Their families here. They were looking for a place where they could reunion all the family, and they said, "Why not? Let's stop around." This is, you know, that gives you a big push, you know. As a young man, I've got loads of imagination, and I don't leave it on the side. So whatever comes in my mind, I'll try to produce it with my hands. My idea is, yes, we are a restaurant, but we are not a restaurant. What do I mean by that? We are a pasta lab. We are a laboratory. We are based on mainly on pasta, fresh production. Whatever comes to your table once you order is being made from us. All we do, we buy simple ingredients and we transform them. We make in pasta, in sauces and desserts. We called this place Pasta Lab and not restaurants, mainly because I wanted to deliver to people the idea that I'm not such a restaurant where you can find whatever you want, a big range of items and foods. No, we are specialized on something. Specialize on something, meaning that we can put all our stress and effort on something which is a big main course of a daily basic food alimentation, which is pasta. Obviously, I'm Italian, so for us it's very important to have a plate of pasta, dish of pasta in at least once a day. But I thought that English don't like pasta, or at least British people around. But I have to say, based on what I can see people coming and the influence they have daily based with us, I have to say they love pasta, mainly when it's fresh made, mainly when they can see what they do. Because as you can see in this place, people are sitting down and they can see what I do. You know, that's where I produce my pasta, that's where I cook it, that's where I make my sauces. I'm not hiding anything. Yeah, if whatever you ask for, you can see that in 2 minutes time I start prepping it. You know, nothing comes from the freezer, nothing comes from tins or cans. Everything is made with love, passion, and that's what made the difference so far, I would say. People love the idea that they can see what they're about to eat, what they order. They can see how it's made. They can see what we use, what kind of production we use. They can see if we do mistake. They can see if we do something wrong to our food. In this case, there is nothing to hide, and that's the best way you can deliver the best food to the clients, to the customers. And yeah, at the moment we don't have the biggest choice of main courses such as meat and fish, but we do use the lovely local fishmonger next door. That's whenever I walk in every morning, when I look at the display fridge, whatever is fresh there, I'll pick it, come with me, and I'll do my special. So such as fresh pasta with fish sauce, or a proper grilled fish with some vegetable and salad next to it. That's when we base on mains. On our menu, you don't find any mains at the moment, mainly because, as I said, we are a pasta lab. We love to maintain our name as a pasta lab because of we created something unique in the area and people love it. So we don't want to ruin what we created.
again, I love the fact that we're sitting here in West London and we're talking about, really novel idea, kind of really getting back to basics, as you say, totally open plan. You've got the sign laboratory above the kitchen. It's, just really nice, welcoming, a simple space. I really do like it. Could you talk a little bit about some of the suppliers then? I mean, are there, because you've already started talking about the fishmongers next door. I'm just wondering, is there the opportunity to get everything that you need in West London? Are some of the ingredients coming from Italy or from from further afield?
Well, we do use 80% of our ingredients come from Italy. We live in such a big city which is called London, so you can find everything you need. There is Italian suppliers around where we get the food from, and they have the best quality of Italian production, starting from vegetables, going through fresh sausage, dairy, fresh mozzarella. I come from an area nearby Naples called Matese, Piedimonte Matese. Matese is a lovely mountain. We are south of Italy, and we do have such a big range of cheese and dairy production. Most of those cheeses is not easy to find there over. So what do I have to do? I have to call local shops back home and ask them to send me over a big production where I can then receive it here and produce it. So we do have some sauces on our menus. Yeah, they do have cheeses, meat, and fish that comes from back home, and that's what we like: authenticity and unique. We are unique. We try to keep the basic food without not transformation. We call back home, they sell it to us, they send it over, such as Napolitan sausage, such as caciocavallo cheese, which comes from top of Matese, such as pecorino cheese, fresh mozzarella. All of those production, yes, you can find them over here, but they will be never as good as the one from back home. And mainly, why? We are from Matese. We'll tell ourselves from a local little village in south of Italy. Why would I use production that does not come from there when I have an opportunity to get it from there? Yes, it's more expensive, but that's why we're here. We're trying to change and go back to what kitchen used to be, what restaurant used to be. When you go to your mama, when I was choosing the name of the restaurant, I was like, what should I call it? Should I call it Matese, where I'm come from? Well, I love my origin, or should I call Mamma Mia? Or Your House? Because what I like to deliver to people and to give the people the concept that whenever they walk in, they have to feel like at home. Whenever they come here, whatever they want, any sauces, they want any change, they love the fact that while I'm cooking, I go and talk to them. What would you like? Would you like it like this? Would you like it like that? Do you want it spicy? You don't want it spicy? What do you want to try? What do you have from back home? No problem. What do you have from back home? Today we receive this. Today we receive that sausage. Today, Tuscany sausage, something that you don't find here. I don't know, what else? From Sud Tirol, north of Italy, which the Alps are, we do get the lovely speck. Speck is a very smoked, nice, flavored ham that you don't find around. Yes, you go to local shops, you find the slice in packages, but that's not the same. When you come here, you can see the difference. I'll come to you and I show to you the product. Say, this is the one who come from back home, this is the one you can buy.
I want to ask you about the Ealing Restaurant Awards, which you were the winners of last year, of course. So, yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yesterday, I interviewed the founders of the award, Andy and Rebecca, and they talked me through, and they talked the listeners through the different stages of the process, really. Where you submitted an application to be in the awards, really, where you had that window where the public could come in, and I believe they had a discount to eat in. Yeah. And then where obviously you were announced as the winner. So I wonder, just at a pretty high level, talk us through that experience, but from your point of view, from your side, first as a competitor and of course eventually as a winner.
Yeah, this Ealing Restaurant Award has been one of the greatest experience I had since we opened this business. We were part of the awards, and I remember when Rebecca and Andy, they came to have a chat with me. That day I was in the middle of bakery prep, where I was making fresh bread, and I remember I had some bread ready to go in and some bread already out, and Andy was like, wow, I want to try some of that. And as you know, Andy, that's those kind of bakery and pastry supplying stuff. So, but he was amazed from the freshness and the smell he was coming out from the kitchen. Yeah, they came and we started talking about this award. They explained to me what the award was, and it was a great idea, and I really loved it from day one. And I didn't want to be part of it. I loved to be part of it, and I tried with my little bit of free time to launch on our Facebook page, on our Instagram, on our social, basically. Yes, we had those 2 weeks of voting where people were coming over. They had the 5% of discount, and they were trying new dishes. I can say that those 2 weeks we had new people coming from all around Ealing Borough, people that I never seen before. That's good as well. We had new customers, and we broadened a bit our horizon, because West London is huge. Ealing area is huge. Annual is a little part of it, so we did expand a bit our knowledge and people knowledge about us. And yes, there was those 2 weeks of votation, and at the end of it, I received an email from Rebecca, explained to me that the 2 weeks were over, so they will take, I think they took 10 days to organize everything. And I do remember when they emailed me back saying the award was on a Thursday night, the ceremony, and it was down the road to do a lovely coffee shop, Fate Black. But it was on a Thursday night, and I was such a busy night for me, and I didn't know how to go, and I didn't want to leave the guys, and I was trying to talk to Rebecca and Andy, saying, look, I don't know if I can make it. And they were like, please, you have to be part of it. It's the first time, you have to be part of the ceremony. And at the end, I remember starting early in the morning to prep and make sure that the guys would be fine. My sister, she gave me a help. So she was here instead of me, and I have to say, that's the only way I can feel like, yes, I can leave this place with and the place can run when my sister is around. And yes, me and my lovely partner, we were at the award, and when it was the time to say who was the winner, I was there, I was holding my girlfriend's hand, and I was like, this can be a good opportunity. And then when I heard my name, and I was like, yes, we made it. All the passion and hard work that we've been putting through this business has reached a point, and having this prize has been great. Since then, there is no way I can close the door. If I do close the door, people get upset. If I cannot see them, people get upset. How come we never come? How come there is never a choice? And I'm like, because it's great to have such a great community around. They love us, and thanks to Rebecca and Andy, I have to say our business experience has changed.
And it's fantastic to get your very personal reflection on that. So that's amazing to know. And for me, really, final question, because I know you've got a busy day ahead of you. I just ask you to look forward to the awards this year, and I guess a couple of kind of sub questions. One, how are you looking forward to it as potentially re-entering now and kind of defending the title, as it were? And what else would you say to anybody who's maybe a restaurant in the area who wasn't there last year and is maybe thinking about going into it this year? What might you say to them?
Well, it's been nice and lovely to to be the number one restaurant in Ealing Borough for the last year, and it will be still for a couple of months. I hope so, because I don't know when they're gonna do it again. It's been a lovely experience. It's been great. And how am I facing the new year? The facing the new year is win something is not easy, but maintain it is very hard. So it will be great to be part again of this new award this year. And we have some news coming new. We're gonna expand our menu, our range. We're introducing pizza and we're introducing grill starting from May. So we have a big choice and we have a big innovation and we have new appealing plates and dishes for customers. So that's how I'm trying to face the new award, giving to people diversity, giving to people new concepts, and trying always to deliver the best. And the only way you can go ahead in life and try new things. If you stay always where you are, you will never move. So every day is a new step, every day is a new day, and we try new things. That's how I'm facing the new year, the new awards. What can I say to people, to new restaurants or restaurant that was not part of it? Please, guys, be part of it, because it's a lovely experience. It's been great for me, and I believe it can be great for everyone. It brings happiness in, it brings new people, it brings business, and that's why we're here, right?
Thank you so much, Mariano. And I'm so happy to be able to publicise the evolution of the dining scene over in West London. Do please check out below for the social media handles for the Matese Pasta Lab, which is handily located a short bus ride away from Ealing Broadway. I'd also love to connect with other restaurants and businesses in West London, having already held 2 wine tastings myself this year. I'd be very keen to see if there's any room for collaboration on wine tastings or other events. So do please contact me on social media, where I'm at Interpreting Wine on Instagram and Facebook, at Wine Podcast on Twitter, and email hello@interpretingwine.com. See you next time.